Why can we read misspelled words? Reading may seem like a simple activity, but it is actually a very complex mental process. When we read, our brains do much more than identify individual letters one by one. Instead, the brain quickly recognizes patterns, predicts meaning, and connects words with previous knowledge and context. This ability explains why we can often understand misspelled words, words with transposed letters, or even words that contain numbers and symbols. For example, many people can understand a sentence like, "I have a dream," without much difficulty. Our brains automatically search for familiar patterns and reconstruct the correct meaning. Researchers have discovered that the first and last letters of a word are especially important. If these letters remain in the correct position, comprehension becomes much easier, even when the middle letters are mixed up. However, if the first letter changes, confusion usually begins to rise immediately. In some cases, a single incorrect letter can completely change the meaning of a word and make the sentence much harder to understand. Another important factor is context. The surrounding words help the brain predict what a difficult word probably means. This makes us understand incomplete or incorrect text surprisingly fast. The brain is constantly making predictions while we read, almost like an intelligent computer. Frequent exposure to digital communication has also changed the way we process language. Social media, text messages, emojis, abbreviations, and autocorrect mistakes have raised our tolerance for imperfect spelling. As a result, the brain has become more flexible when interpreting written language. Scientists also explain that reading speed and experience play an important role. People who read regularly usually recognize words faster because their brains have stored thousands of familiar patterns. In addition, stress or tiredness can reduce concentration and make difficult texts harder to process. Interestingly, this phenomenon can also raise important questions about modern communication. Although our brains are highly adaptable, relying too much on incorrect spelling may affect writing accuracy over time. For this reason, many teachers encourage students to read carefully and pay attention to correct spelling, even if the message remains understandable. In conclusion, the human brain is incredibly efficient at processing language. Reading is not simply a matter of recognizing letters, it is an active process of prediction, memory, and interpretation that allows us to understand meaning even when words are not written perfectly.